Howdy folks, welcome to another beautiful day out here in West Vancouver. In today's video I want to talk about how random or weird life in the universe is sometimes when you think about it. Maybe I shouldn't think about it, but any which way, here we go. So I've been rebuilding the South African shop website because I built it on Shopify initially, and you know, it could be so much better. So I want to give that a little bit of a push, mainly because I would love to get the goods into the hands of more South Africans at a decent price. But anyway, long story short, so I'm rebuilding this site and I'm working with the guys that's doing it, and I'm like, hey, we don't need to have explanations, because you know, for normal e-commerce sites they have these long explanations of what everything is, and it's sales and well, all kinds of other stuff. And I'm like, hey, this should be really simple. Just everybody that buys this stuff is going to be South Africans. They know this stuff. They are looking for that specifically. So we don't need to have giant pictures, and we don't need to have long descriptions and all kinds of other crap. Just keep it short and sweet. People want to go there, they want to order and get it done. You know, I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? Who else is going to be ordering South African goodies in Canada? It's just going to be South Africans, right? And this is where the craziness comes in. So I started doing this about last week or two days ago. That's when I gave the instructions to these guys. The very day that I give these instructions to the guys, one of the people that placed an order with me, a lady, she ordered a whole bunch of stuff for shipping. She messaged me and she's like, you know, how do you make this peppermint crisp tart, and how does this all work? Because I'm actually a Canadian and we visited South Africa a while ago and everybody loved it there, so I bought a bunch of things just to get the South African flavor and remind people of South Africa, but I don't know how to make this and things like that. So boom, just when I said only South Africans would buy from there, a non-South African bought stuff from the shop. You know, so I say to Belinda, how crazy is this? It's just like such a weird coincidence. You know, maybe the universe is trying to tell me something. Literally today, the next day, I speak to another lady that placed an order, and I'm like, because she ordered some porridge, Iwiza banana flavor breakfast porridge and stuff like that. And one of them were out of stock. So I message her and I'm like, hey, unfortunately we're out of stock on this one. Can I give you a credit? And she says, can I quickly call you? So I'm like, yeah. She calls me and she says like, oh yeah, sorry, yeah, can you give me something else that's similar? I'm from Eritrea and we visited, or I was in South Africa for a while, and that's where I learned about the porridge, but I don't know them all, and I want to order the porridge because I want to use it for my kids. And I'm like, two of the people that I speak to, the only two people that I speak to about the shop, a couple of days after, or the day after I decide to like keep it short because it's for South Africans only, are non-South Africans that are buying the stuff. How does that even compute? I mean, it's just like very weird. It's like the universe is trying to send me a signal. And then, of course, one of the things that we need to do for the shop to set this up is I need to get some photographs of the groceries, you know. So I say to Belinda, shucks, I need to get a photo taken of the groceries, and, you know, thinking about where we can do it. But our house is just very old and we don't have a nice view. You know, I'm looking for a nice view of the mountains in front of a window with a coffee table where I can put a box of rusks and a cup of coffee and take a nice photo, you know, things like that. But yeah, like I said, our house is very old, so there's no places for nice photos over here. And we're trying to figure it out. And I've walked back from Belinda's desk to my computer. And when I sit down at my computer, I get an email that somebody, a South African living in Vancouver, wants to connect with me on LinkedIn. So I go in and I go and look at her profile, and she's a food photographer. How does that even work? I mean, it's just weird, right? Look, I doubt, I mean, I don't have a budget for this, so I'm probably not going to be able to pay a food photographer. But like, it's literally, when you think about it, it's like the universe is trying to tell me things like, don't make it for South Africans only. Get a proper photographer. I don't know. What? Or maybe it's just, you know, somebody screwing with me, maybe. Maybe it's the internet listening to me. I don't know. Anyway, Stokes, I just thought that was kind of funny. Maybe it's just boring for most of you, but hey, who knows? If you know, or if you have a beautiful view out your window and you're open to me coming to take some photos of Omar Biscate with coffee, let me know. Cheers, have a good one.